Remember my last video at the beach when I looked all radiant and shit, stuff, and was just high from the negative, positive ions in the air and carefree. Yeah, well, if you follow my page at all, you know that a few things happened since then. I'm dealing with the fun insurance stuff that happens after a car crash accident. Um, anyway, so short astro climate update. Moon's in Scorpio today. Love that Scorpio moon. I'm a little desensitized to it, I believe, for many personal reasons, and I've had a lot of practice also at looking at the cycles of it. So, right now the sun's at 19 degrees Cancer, the moon's at 21 degrees Scorpio, almost exactly mirroring the same degrees of Saturn and Pluto in Capricorn. That's a helpful degree. So even though it's Cancer season, when people are typically a little more sensitive, there's a little more grounding and balance available. But things are wonky, folks. WONKY. Mercury's retrograde. As I mentioned in my written post, this is no typical Mercury retrograde because we're in such a huge era that Mercury retrograde alone, it's a drop in the sand. It's a drop in the bucket. There's the typical Mercury retrograde stuff, all the fun stuff I'm dealing with aside from work and daily life. I'm also dealing with insurance company stuff having to do with the car situation, which is always so much fun. And very minor medical issues, fortunately, very minor. I loved my car. I was going to keep it forever, well, at least another 10 years. So, had a little bit of an emotional attachment with that. You get too much information, you don't need to know that. Planets are wonky, a bunch of them are retrograde, but that's not even the story, the bigger picture. We are leading up to next week's partial lunar eclipse. 23, 24, sun moon opposition, sun in Cancer, moon in Capricorn. Moon's going to be exactly on Pluto. Not to be repetitious, but this is no typical full moon. This full moon kicks ass. This full moon is the stops pulled out between what's going on between now and January 2020 that'll become more apparent and more apparent. We're already seeing the arrests in government, the whole Capricorn representation of what the trajectory, am I using that word correctly, has been in politics and world order. Things are changing. Things are being shaken up. It's all coming down. We're in it. So what's coming down in your life? What have you decided absolutely must change? There's something. There is definitely something for everybody. I'm not going to say much else right now, except maybe tell you about, well, Mercury retrogrades at 3 Mars, right? Oh, Mars square Uranus. Watch out for potential accident type energy, blow-ups, internal, external. What's going on with the fault lines or the tremor situation? Well, in our country, my country, in California, but they're happening all over the world. The Earth's changing. The government system's changing. We are all changing. Best way always to handle it, tune into what's changing inside of you. And Venus is in Cancer, Sun's in Cancer. Still Cancer season. The nodes are huge. A lot of this doesn't mean anything when you don't have a grasp on the whole picture. It's not. I just want to mention, people have said, I would like to learn a little bit more about astrology. There's no easy way to just learn about astrology. So someone that's been studying for a long time can have a little bit of a handle on the energies at play, but you've got to integrate the whole picture. The way it can be helpful to you personally, if you know the trends, you can watch them going on around you. You can choose how you're going to participate. If it manifests for you like it does with me, it usually does physically. Feels great because I'm clear enough mentally where a lot of times I can get an overview of stuff. But when I'm feeling invincible, which I was last week, that's when it comes in, hits directly, as it did with the car incident. First one in 23 years. Okay, people, good luck in this era. I just wanted to check in and say hey. So talk to you next time.